Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode from Anything About Everything. Today, I have Kavya with me, who's extensively into cybersecurity, and it's October, the month of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So it's the perfect time to have Kavya on the show. Welcome to the show, Kavya.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you for having me. And some context for you on Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So, how it started was, I think, in 2004, the Homeland Security and Cybersecurity Alliance came together and started putting together content to educate people about cyber risk. So, started with more lightweight topics like how do you make sure you have a strong password and educating the community to be more vigilant in the cyberspace because today everything is digitized and we live in a very digital world, so it's important for folks to be aware, and that over the years transformed. And now we have deeper topics that we talk about with AI, machine learning. There are more sophisticated attacks and more prevalent attacks that people need to be able to work through. And this month is focused in educating them and helping folks stay safe.
Awesome. The thing about when you talk about educating is I always when you talk about hacking or anything, I am always reminded of the spam calls what you get. Do they educate about that as well in the cybersecurity month?
Yes, so I think it started with that. It
Oh, it started
started
with that.
with education of phishing
Mm.
emails, spam calls, making sure you don't share your password. And then it's evolved over the years where people talk about multi factor authentication and why it's important to have multi factor authentication. Now, this year, you'll see a lot more themes around artificial intelligence. Speaking of spam calls, with AI, those calls have become more sophisticated. Before, you could identify a spam call by listening to it, but now with AI models trained to talk to you, it's really hard for someone to be able to understand and make sure they're talking to a real person and not a robot. We are lucky because we're in the technology space, right? We get to see all of this every day, but not everyone does. Even I have been a victim of spam calls, even though I'm a cybersecurity professional. I've been in the cyberspace for almost a decade. And very recently, I was almost phished. I was trying to get my internet connection stood up, and I was talking to who I believed was a Comcast agent, but actually it was a phishing call where they were collecting my information, and they were trying to get my credit card information, and I didn't even realize because all I wanted that day was my internet connection stood up. So it can happen to anybody. Even though I'm in the cyberspace, I was a victim to it, and hence it's important to be able to look at that information. A lot of people ignore it. Like I don't know if you knew about cybersecurity awareness until I told you, right? So a lot of people ignore it, but I think the more we educate people, we're going to build a more aware society.
Got it.